This year alone, over 40,000 acres have burned already in Southern California, and the height of fire season is just about hitting now, according to the calendars. For a look at why and how the Golden State starts to burn every year, I'm joined by phone by Professor Reese Halter, founder of Global Forest Science and host of Dr. Reese's Planet on PBS in California. Thanks for joining us, sir.
Thanks for having me, Keith.
As I mentioned last night, it seems like the fire season kicked off a little early in California this year, not by a great deal of time, but a week or so. Is that a coincidence, or is it a harbinger of a bad fire season to come, do you think?
Well, not really. I don't think so. I mean, give or take a day or a week. We live in not only an earthquake zone, but we live in a fire forest. Our forests and the vegetation along the coast are well adapted to fire. It just so happens you've got 12 million people who call Southern California home, so it's tricky. And plus, we've just come off a rainfall that's a 1 in 100 year event, 7 times the normal rainfall, and that translates on the ground to lots and lots of vegetation. And what happens is, over a period of 3-4 months, which we've had a nice, long, warm summer as usual, we get lots of vegetation that's cured and ready to go up in flames.
Yeah, if you have not lived in Southern California, it's hard to make that connection, that rain would cause fires. You've explained it, I think, to the point that most people would get it, but explain why the exceptional amount of rain produces the exceptional amount of brush, and why that stuff is even more like a tinderbox than usual.
Okay, well, basically, Botany 101, it's so beautiful here. The temperatures are so conducive to luxuriant growth that what actually prevents growth from taking place is moisture. You give a plant a lot of sunlight, you give it the California moisture, and voila, you've got great growth. And you know, that's fine, well and dandy, but it's a problem when fire comes in the fall. And the fire comes in, and we know it comes in. I mean, we have a climate here that they call a Mediterranean climate. That's because it mimics Western Europe and around the Mediterranean. That is, we've got wet winters, cool wet winters, and long dry summers. So the vegetation it just takes off, and then fire comes in. And then you add behind that, Keith, this wonderful event of Nevada, Utah, and Arizona that are hot for 3-4 months, and all of a sudden, the air has to go somewhere. Where does it go? It outflows through Southern California. That's what we call the Santa Ana winds. And when a lightning bolt, and lightning bolts happen here, and fire is ignited, those winds fan these fires.
And they are obviously, a natural part of the ecology in California, especially the southern part, yet people still build houses right on the edge of this risk area. Is another part of the California ecology man's willingness to rationalize these risks? I mean, I lived there for a total of 10 years, and it seemed essential for survival to deny that the fires existed and deny that the earthquakes existed, or you just go nuts worrying about those risks.
You hit the nail right on the head, and you know what we've got to do, obviously, is work with Mother Nature, not against her. So what does that mean on the ground? Well, it means don't plant non-native vegetation. Look, I lived in Australia for 5 years. I love the country. It's very botanically cool, but eucalyptus belongs in Australia, not in Southern California. Eucalyptus is volatile, it explodes with resin and spits fire onto houses. So we got to get back to the basics and love our plants here that live in Southern California.
The host of the PBS program, Dr. Reese's Planet, Professor Reese Halter. Great thanks for your time, sir.
Thanks very much, Keith.